Greetings everyone, Stizzle466 here, and in today's video I want to show you some of the best Week 2 Wild Rise of Shadows decks for laddering. These decks aren't in any particular order, and we start with Spíritus Jade Druid. Jade Druid is a very strong deck in the meta still, and to help deal with disruption in combo decks you've got Hecklebutt. It's also an excellent card to pull against aggro, and you've also got Archmage Vargoth, which combined with Oaken Summons can help get you a Vargoth and a Hecklebutt on board very early in the game. Next we have Aggro Druid, which has been very popular. The specific list has seen good performance on the Chinese server, and we're running some new cards such as Acorn Bearer, Dreamway Guardians, and Blessing of the Ancients. Aggro Druid may not necessarily be around for much longer. In a fresh meta, aggro decks are very powerful, but this might be a deck you want to try out if you want a bit of a different way to climb the ladder using an aggressive deck. Then we have our good friend Odd Paladin. So Odd Paladin did get an increase in power this expansion because of Never Surrender, the 1 mana secret that gives all your minions +2 health when your opponent plays a spell. This card is absolutely ridiculous and has pushed the power level of Odd Paladin probably to one of the best decks in the meta. Then we have Big Priest. So Big Priest, this list by Concerned Mom, we've seen Big Priest see an increase in power from this expansion. Some new tools have been introduced. We've got Forbidden Words, which lets us remove some more awkward statted minions that normally Priest couldn't deal with, specifically for attack. You've got Archmage Vargoth, which has amazing synergy with cards such as Eternal Servitude, Shadow Essence, Lesser Diamond Spellstone, just to name a few. You've also got Katrina, which is an 8 mana 6/8. At the end of your turn, resurrect a friendly minion that died this game. Again, really powerful effect. It basically means that we don't need to be running Ragnaros anymore for those 8 damage Smork. Katrina is a much more versatile card to run in the deck. Last of all, we see Mass Resurrection make a place in the deck for a just a 1 slot. Again, just some extra redundancy. Yes, you've got the 2 Spellstones, but you've got basically a kind of pseudo 3rd Spellstone. Kingsbane Rogue didn't receive any new tools whatsoever, but it is still a very powerful deck in the wild meta. This specific list is teched to deal with a lot of the greed in the meta, whether it's greedy Big Priests like you just saw, whether it's very greedy control decks, or the Darkest Hour lock, which can spam the board full of giant minions very early in the game. So that's why you're seeing the Ironbeak Owl kind of acting as a 3rd sap, and also Vanish acting as a area of effect sap. Then we have our good friend Even Shaman. Even Shaman is good as it is. You don't need to be running any new cards specifically. This list, of course, has my favorite weaponized Piñata, but if you want to play a more competitive deck, you could put in Aya Blackpour and Lich King instead. But let's be honest, you can get those cards off the Piñata, so you may as well just run Piñata. I kid. There's a new deck that's entered the meta, Heilung's Murloc Shaman. So again, kind of like Aggro Druid, this is an aggressive deck that may or may not survive in Wild, but right now it's performing very, very well. You've got some Murloc cards that have been around in Wild for a while, such as Old Murkai. Siltfin Spirit Walker is a card that typically didn't see play in the meta, but it is an excellent mechanism for drawing cards. And you've also got Finger the Flying Star, which can help pull Murlocs out of your deck. And as opposed to Standard, where you have to run Bloodlust, in Wild you can run Every Fin is Awesome, which is even more powerful because the stats stick, and a lot of the time this can cost very little mana based on your board state. Even Warlock is still a very good deck. The only new addition we're seeing here is a teched in Hecklebot. This is a tech to deal with a lot of the combo decks in the meta, but if you're finding that you're not running into many combo decks, you can always take out the Hecklebot and put in a second Acidic Swamp Ooze. And finally, we have Concern Mom's Odd Warrior. Odd Warrior is still a very good deck in the meta. If you're queuing into a lot of aggression, this is an excellent deck to ladder with. We're not seeing any new cards here, but we are seeing a very nice tech, the Mind Control tech. This is mainly because of the Darkest Hour Warlock. Again, you'll notice that I don't have that list in this video because I personally don't think it's very good, but people are playing it, it's very popular. Mind Control tech can help get an edge against those decks. So again, these decks were my opinions on what I thought are the best decks in Wild. Your decks that you like may not have been in this video. If you would like to mention them in the comments, by all means go ahead. And if you like this video, feel free to hit that subscribe button below.